Let's do this 10-item math quiz, and these are all about finding the greatest common factor. For you to learn more, pause every item and answer them first before you will see our solutions. Number 1. What is the greatest common factor of 21 and 49? First, let's look for the prime factors. Pag sinabing prime, ibig sabihin yung can be divided by itself and 1. What are the prime factors of 21? That is 3 and 7. How about 49? Factor out natin, that is 7, 7. So, common ng dalawa ay 7. So, the answer is 7. Another way, yung i-list down mo lahat ng factors niya. 1, 21, 1, 49, kasi 1 times 49, 49. Mga factors siya. Next, 3, 7. Ano pang meron dito? Yan lang. Ito naman is 7. So, bali, mga factors dito sa 49, 1, 7, 49 lang. Mga factors ni 21 ay 1, 3, 7, 21. Alin dyan ang highest? Ito yung mga common factor niya. At ito. So, ang highest niya ay 7, greatest common factor. So, the answer is letter A. Number 2. What is the greatest common factor of 56 and 24? First, i-factor out na naman natin ito. Like, i-divide mo ng 2, 25, that is 28. I-divide mo ng 2, 10, that is 14. Ito naman ang i-factor out pa siya, that is 7. So, hindi na. Yan na yung mga prime factors. Si 24, hatiin natin ang dalawa. Itong si 12, ma-factor out pa natin. At si 6, ma-divide natin kasi even naman siya. 2 ang gamitan natin. And yan na yung mga factors. Tapos, pagsama mo ito, mayroon sila pareho at mayroon din sila pareho. And that is 2 times 2 times 2 and 8. So, ang greatest common factor is 8. Another way, i-list down natin lahat ng mga factors ni 56. Ito yung common factors. Common factors. And common factors at wala na. So, sa lahat ng common factors, ito yung greatest common factors. Number 3, what is the greatest common factor of 35 and 25? First, we will find the prime factors of 35. Divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, divided by 5, and that is 7. So, both are already prime factors. Next, divided by 5. 5, and that is 5. So, these are also prime factors. Common nila ay 5, so the greatest common factor is 5. Another solution is ilatag mo lahat ng mga factors nito. Ang 35, 1. Next is 5 pair with 7. And this is 35. 25, 1, 5, and 25. These are all the factors of these numbers. Common factors, at wala na. So, the greatest common factor is 5. So, letter C. Number 4. What is the greatest common factor of 24 and 20? So, let's find the prime factor of 24. I-divide natin ng 2. Magsimula tayo sa 2, bali. And this is 12. Tapos, yung 12, i-divide natin ng 2. And this is 6. Si 6 pa, pwede pa natin i-factor out. And that is 3. So, 2, 2, 2, and 3, these are factors of 24. Si 20 naman, si 2 and 10. Si 10 pwede pang ma-factor out, and that is 5. So, ang common ng dalawa, 2, 2. And these are 2 times 2 equals 4. So, 4 ang greatest common factor. Another solution, 24 and 20. Ito yung mga common factors nila. 4 is the greatest common factor. Another solution, ilagay natin lahat ng mga factors nitong 24 and 20. Si 24 ay 1, 2. So these are the common factors. At si 4, wala ng kapareho. So 4 is the greatest common factor. Number 5, what is the greatest common factor of 25 and 35? This is exactly the same in our question number 3. So the answer is letter D, 5. Number 6, the greatest common factor of 28, 49, and 84 is. So we will factor out 28 first. We will see kung saan sila nagkapareha. 7. Pareho silang 7. So that means yung greatest common factor is 7. Another way, yung identify mo yung mga factors nila. Paano mag-identify? Yung mag-umpisa ka sa 1, 2, 3, 4, ganun. Kung hindi naman siya mag-divide ng 5, skip mo siya. Mag-6 ka, 7. Tapos yung i-pair mo siya kasi yun yung mga factors niya. Yung 2 mo, kaya 2 times 42, that is 84. Pair ba? Si 3 at saka si 28, i-multiply mo, 84 pa rin. So, pairs. The factor pairs of 84. Kaya mas dyan mo na identify kung ano yung mga factors niya. Now, let's go for the common factors of these numbers. 1 common factors siya. Ang next is 7. Ang common factor nilang tatlo. After that, wala na. So, ang 7 ang highest or greatest common factor. Number 7. Simplify 8 over 16 and 400 over 900. Si 8 over 16, simplify mo, ay hanapan mo siya ng greatest common factor at yun ang i-divide mo dito sa dalawa para makuha mo yung least, pinaka-least na simple fraction ng dalawa. Si 8, itong 16, ma-divide din siya ng 8. Or kung gusto niyong ilatag natin lahat, 1, 2, 4, and 8. Yan yung mga factors. Si 16 naman, 1, 2, 4, 4, 6, hindi na, 6, 7, 8, and 16. So, ito yung common factors niya. Common factor, common factors, and these 8 ang greatest common factor niya. So, ito yung gagamitin mo para i-divide siya. Bali, 8 divided by 8, that is 1. 16 divided by 8, that is 2. So, bali, si 8 over 16 is equal to 1 over 2. Si 400 over 900. Another way ang gagamitin natin. Aside from, pwede mong i-divide ng 100, kasi yun yung greatest common factor ng dalawa, and that would be 4 over 9. Another way is, pareho silang 0, cancel mo yan. Isa pang 0, cancel mo yan. So, 4 over 9. And the answer is letter D. Number 8. Now let's do word problem. A carpenter has 2 water pipes, which are 60 diameter yata to, and 72 diameter long respectively. He cuts them into equal length. What is the greatest possible length of each pipe? Bali, kung ito yung isang pipe at ito yung isa, i-cut mo sila na magkapareho ang length na nila, lahat. So, the question is, what is the greatest possible length of each pipe? Pinahaba lang yung question. In short, hinahanap lang ang greatest common factor ng 60 at 72. Now, i-factor out natin. And this is 30. Hanapin natin yung mga common. 2 and 3. And what else? We have another 2. So that is 2 times 2, 2 times 3. 4 times 3 equals 12. So ang greatest common factor is 12. So again, another way, yung ilagay mo lahat ng mga factors niya, ng 60, ito yung lahat, at yung 72. Paano mo i-identify yan? Mag-umpisa ka sa 1. Yung 1 may pares na 60. Tapos, i-divide mo ng 2. Ang 2, yung pares mo ng 30. Bali, yung mga factors, 2 times 30, that is 6. 3 times 20, that is 60, I mean. So, ganun lang yun. Now, i-identify mo yung mga common factors. 1, 2, pareho sila. Pareho silang may 3. Pareho silang may 4. 6, ano pang pareho nila? 12 at wala na. So, these are the common factors ng 60 at saka 72. Si 12 naman ay ang greatest common factor. So, to answer what is the greatest possible length of each pipe, 12 ang cut. Number 9. Miss Reyes asked the girls to help her pack art supplies for our drawing contest. There are 24 markers, 40 sheets of manila paper, and 16 boxes of crayons. All packages must have at least one kind of each supply. What is the greatest number of packages the girls can make using all the supplies? So, isa lang ibig sabihin yan. Greatest common factor ulit ng 3. So, ito yung mga pinaka-last. Yan yung mga prime factors ng 24, 40, at saka 16. 2, pareho silang 2, pareho silang 2. Ibahin natin. So, ano pa bang meron dito? Ay, si 4 pa pala. Ma-factor out pa to. So, another 2, 2, 2. Isa pang 2. Ito pa, ito, at saka yan. So, 3. 2 times 2 times 2, and that is 8. Wala nang iba dito. Yan. So, the greatest common factor is 8. Another way is, ilagay mo lahat ng mga factors nila. So, identify natin muna ang mga common factors. Ito. At saka ito. And the highest common factors, or greatest common factor, is 8. So, the answer is letter C. So, to answer the question, what is the greatest number of packages the girls can make using all the supplies? The answer is 8. Anong gamit nito? What if ang question is, each item, ilan? So, itong gamit na 8, 24 divided by 8, and that is 3. 40 divided by 8, and that is 5. 16 divided by 8, and that is 2. Meaning, kada package, mayroong 3 markers, mayroong 5 manila paper, at 2 crayons. Number 10. Mrs. Agustin has 3 coils of wire that are 32, 48 meters, and 64 meters long, respectively. She cut the wires such that the wires have the same length possible. What was the maximum possible length of each cut of wire? So, ganun pa rin. Hanapin natin yung greatest common factor para masagot natin yan. So, hanapin natin ang mga factors na pareho. Ito, isang. Next, ito din. At ito. Ito na naman ulit. Isa pang 2. Mayroon pang 2 at mayroon pang 2. Ito ulit. Mayroon pang 2. Ito pa. Tsaka ito. And another 2. Wala nang pareho. So that means 2 times 2, that is 4, times 2, that is 8, times 2, and that is 16. So, 16 ang answer natin. So, as usual, this is another way na ilagay mo lahat ng mga factors nila. Let's look for the common factors. They're common factors, and these are yung 4, yung 8. Next is, mayroon pang 16. So, these are the common factors. 16 is the greatest common factor. So, i-detalye lang natin. Ibig sabihin, itong 32 meters mo, makat mo siya ng dalawang 16 meters. Itong si 48 meters mo, makat mo siya ng tatlong 16 meters. Ito namang si 64 mo meters, makat mo siya ng 4 na 16 meters. Yan.
Welcome to the lesson on finding the greatest common factor. This is a skill you will need in order to reduce fractions efficiently. In this lesson, we're going to review finding the prime factorization of a number and then using that skill to find the greatest common factor between 2 or 3 numbers. The greatest common factor is the biggest number that divides evenly into each number in a given group of numbers. Let's quickly review the concept of factoring any number to the product of its primes using a factor tree. Suppose you were asked to factor 12. 12 is equal to 3 times 4. Since 3 is prime, we circle it. 4 can be factored into 2 times 2. Again, both 2's are circled since they are prime. So 12 is equal to 2 times 2 times 3. If you need further review, please go back to the lesson on prime factorization. So let's get down to it, shall we? Suppose we are asked to find the greatest common factor between 12 and 8. We could guess at the factors that are in common, but it's better to have a strategy. Using a factor tree, we saw that 12 was equal to 2 times 2 times 3. 8 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2. Remember the title of this lesson, Finding the Greatest Common Factor. So if we find all the factors that are in common, we will achieve our goal. By looking at the two lists of factors, we can see that both lists have a 2 in common. Therefore, we're going to circle those numbers. Again, there's another set of 2's in common, which are circled. The greatest common factor is the product of the numbers in common. In this case, 2 times 2, or 4. Let's try a second example. What is the greatest common factor between 18 and 21? The best strategy is to first factor each number into the product of its primes. 18 is equal to 2 times 9. 2 is prime, so it is circled. 9 is equal to 3 times 3, both of which are prime. So 18 is equal to 2 times 3 times 3. 21 is equal to 3 times 7, both of which are prime. Now our job is to find those factors that are in common between those that multiply to be 18 and those that are factors of 21. Looking at the two lists, 3 is the only factor in common, so it is circled. The greatest common factor is 3. Even if the problem becomes bigger, the process is the same. Suppose you are asked to find the greatest common factor between 24, 32, and 40. Take a few seconds to consider the factors of each number. So what do we have? 24 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. 32 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 40 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. The greatest common factor are the factors that are in common in all three lists. 2 is in each of the three lists, 3 separate times. Therefore, the greatest common factor is 2 times 2 times 2, or 8. So what did we learn? Finding the greatest common factor is based on knowing the prime factorization of each number and identifying the factors in common. This is an essential skill when reducing fractions, and as with all things in mathematics, practice makes perfect.